I am Nick Shell, a certified Enneagram coach. Why do I always hold this book up? Mainly because I'm so passionate about this book. It's just been so helpful and insightful for me as an Enneagram coach. The Honest Enneagram by Sarah Jane Case. I always put a link right there where you can buy it off of Amazon. A lot of what I say in my videos was extracted from what I learned from this book. Also, if you just don't know your Enneagram and want to get a better idea, you can take a free test. There's a link there. And also, if you want to become certified like me, and boy, was that one of the best decisions I've ever made, there's a link for that as well. Let's talk about my multiple personalities, and yours too. Because the thing is, we all have multiple personalities, and I think I need to focus on this more as I talk about Enneagram, as I make these videos. It's very important that you understand what your Enneagram number is, what your dominant wing is, what your dominant subtype is. Those are all important things. But after you do that and you understand how that affects you and your decisions and how you think and how you act and how you feel, it's very important to study the other 8 types to understand the other parts of you, because none of us are just one type. Of course, we know that whatever type you are, when you're stressed, you become a different version, a predictable version. When you're relaxed, you become a different version. Plus, you got your 2 wings. So you're encompassing half right there, but still, you're a little bit of the others. And I think it's interesting to note that for me as an Enneagram 6, I'm kind of known as, and this is why I like to describe it. Imagine I have a wardrobe and I have a bunch of costumes and outfits. And whatever person I'm talking to, I know what costume to put on, what identity to become. And I become a different personality. And many people throughout my life have referred to me as a chameleon. Not necessarily in just how I act and I speak, but even how I look. I mean, granted, on this channel alone, you can go back far enough, you see me with a shaved head, you see me with wearing glasses, I have different looks. And that's part of that concept, that we're always able to change how we look and how we act to better accommodate, to ultimately belong as a 6. That's something we're always looking for. How do I belong better to society? Because we always feel out of place, and that's that little bit of social awkwardness that most 6s feel. I mean, Ross on Friends would be a prime example. Any movie that Paul Rudd has ever made, he's kind of awkward and kind of dorky in whatever situation he's in, and that's part of the charm of Paul Rudd and even David Schwimmer on Friends. So what are some of my other personalities? Knowing that the real version is this 6 wing 7 that you're seeing here in these videos, but what are my other go-to ones? Because I have other personalities that are, again, not necessarily directly connected to a 6, and I'll tell you. An obvious one is my 4. I have a 4 personality. It's a 4 wing 3. You can easily see it by looking at my channel and typing original song. I've written dozens of original songs here on this channel, and that's the 4 version of me. Even my wife and my son are like, are you sure you're not a 4? You're very poetic and you're very in touch with your feelings and understanding the universe and all this stuff. I said, yeah, but the theme is always coming back to me belonging, and that's a 6 thing. So yeah, there's this definitely creative side of me, artistic, poetic. It's there, absolutely. And then also, you should see me at work, because I'm very aggressive and very direct, and I act more like an 8 wing 7 or a 7 wing 8, somewhere along there. Or you could see me at home with my family during the weekend. I'm a 2. I'm very gentle and very caring and nourishing with my kids and just doing whatever I can to help. And then other times maybe you'd see me out with my family, I'd just be going with the flow. I'd be a number 9. So I have several go-tos, but I can be conscious of it and think, oh yeah, this is the personality I am right now. And I think specifically for me, and I've read this about 3s as well, you yourself can be confused on who is the default you, because you're so used to becoming all these different roles in order to make it in the world, in order to get along with people and have your place and to be able to be effective. I think 3s do it more so for that, as far as getting what they need to accomplish their goals to be successful. I think 6s do it more so just as far as finding their place to belong in society. But ultimately, yeah, we're all 9. All of us are 9 different personalities, and it's interesting to understand what those other characters look like. I mean, even on this channel, you can type in original song, you'll find the 4 version of me. You can even type in, I promise you can do this, Naughty Nick. If you type in Naughty Nick, you can see this character I've played over the years, which is this very aggressive, like pro wrestler type, and he would be like the 8-wing 7. You can see it in there. I've created these characters over the years. I've got hundreds of videos, if not thousands actually, on this channel. I've had this channel for over 7 years. You can see those different characters that I've created. Now, granted, yes, I am an entertainer, but I would still say that most people have at least a couple other personalities that they could go to, and they could even say, here's the number of that personality, and here's the dominant wing on that one. Maybe not so much if you're a 5. My sister's a 5. She says, Nick, I don't really ever change. I'm always the same person every day. And I can accept that. I would say maybe, here's a theory, maybe 5s change the least. Maybe 6 change the most. And maybe all the other numbers are somewhere in between. I would love to hear what you think about it right here in the comments.